What if you were born as a king of the ice, only to watch your throne melt beneath your massive paws, leaving you adrift in a sea of despair? Meet the polar bear, majestic ruler of the Arctic, its white fur gleaming against the endless snow. A symbol of untamed strength in wildlife tales and climate change campaigns that tug at human hearts. To humans, it's an emblem of wilderness and endurance. A survivor of the harshest cold, its image gracing posters and documentaries as a call to action. But beneath this regal facade lies a life of relentless struggle, where a melting home, scarce food, and human interference threaten every breath you take. Join us on this frozen odyssey through the Arctic's fading kingdom, and if this moves you, hit like. Share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories from nature's brink that challenge us to care. Chapter 1: A Cub's Fragile Dawn. You emerge from a snowy den. A blind cub clinging to your mother's warmth, your fur still thin and sparse against the Arctic's biting chill that cuts like a knife. The den, carved from drifted snow, offers fleeting shelter. But predators, other bears scavenging for food, or the ever-present threat of starvation lurk just beyond the entrance. Their shadows a constant menace. Your survival hinges on your mother's dwindling strength. A single misstep or delayed hunt dooming you to freeze in the sub-zero winds or starve as your tiny body fails. The first few weeks are a harrowing test of endurance. Your whimpers muffled by the howling storm, your existence a fragile dawn teetering on the edge of oblivion. To be a polar bear is to begin life as a delicate hope. Your first breaths a desperate gamble, in a world where the ice itself is both your cradle and your curse, a silent prayer for survival in a frozen wilderness. Chapter 2: The Melting Throne. Your icy habitat, once a vast expanse of solid sea ice, shrinks as climate change accelerates the melt, forcing you into longer, more perilous swims between dwindling flows. Each journey risks exhaustion or drowning. Your massive 1,500-pound frame struggling against warming currents that erode the edges of your world, the water chilling your bones with every stroke. The ice you once ruled with ease is now a fragile platform, cracking under your weight with ominous creaks, leaving you stranded or plunging you into the dark sea below. Scientists predict a 30% habitat loss by 2050, a throne dissolving before your eyes. To be a polar bear is to lose your kingdom to a melting world, a king displaced by a sea that betrays your reign with every thaw, a sovereign watching his dominion slip into a watery grave with no crown to reclaim. Chapter 3: Hunger's Relentless Grip. You hunt seals from ice edges, your powerful jaws and keen senses honed for the stalk, but thinning ice limits your stalking grounds, forcing you to wait longer for prey. Starvation looms as seal populations dwindle due to overfishing and warming waters. Your 1,500-pound body burning through fat reserves at an alarming rate, your ribs beginning to show beneath your fur. You scavenge or steal from other bears. Your hunger a constant companion that drives you to desperation. Each failed hunt a blow to your dwindling strength. The taste of success grows rarer, your stomach a hollow drum echoing with need. To be a polar bear is to feel hunger's relentless grip, a struggle to feed a body built for a feast that vanishes with the ice. A daily battle against a famine that threatens to consume you from within. Chapter 4: Predators and Rivals. Other bears challenge you for the last scraps of food, their strength matching yours in brutal fights that leave scars across your hide, a testament to the ferocity of survival. In water, orcas prey on the young, their dorsal fins slicing through the waves like knives, while on land, you're vulnerable to starvation-induced weakness that makes you a target for younger, hungrier rivals. Your size is a source of power, but also a magnet for conflict, your roars echoing across the ice in a desperate bid for dominance. The Arctic, your battlefield, grows more crowded with each lost hunting ground. To be a polar bear is to face predators and rivals. Your struggle a solitary battle on a shrinking stage where might alone can't save you, a king fighting for scraps in a crumbling empire. Chapter 5. Human Encroachment, Human Waste. Humans drill for oil in your waters, spilling black toxins that coat your fur and sicken you with every breath, the stench a constant reminder of their presence. Ships and tourists disrupt your hunts with their engines and cameras, scattering seals and stressing your already frayed nerves, while garbage tempts you to eat plastics or rotting waste that clogs your gut. Climate policies lag, accelerating your habitat's loss with every unheeded summit. Their promises melting like the ice you tread, the hum of industry reverberates through your world, a sound of doom that drowns out the silence of your once pristine home. To be a polar bear is to endure human encroachment, your struggle compounded by a world that invades, poisons, and erodes your icy domain. A monarch betrayed by the hands that could save you. Chapter 6. The Burden of Motherhood. You fast for months while nursing cubs in the den, your body wasting away to a shadow of its former self as you sustain them with your dwindling fat, your ribs pressing against your skin. A single lost cub weakens the litter, their tiny cries fading into the snow. And hunts after denning are risky, the ice too thin to support your weight as you search for food. Your maternal drive is a heavy load, a love that pushes you to the brink of collapse, your strength sapped by the need to protect. The bond with your cubs is your lifeline, yet it's a chain that binds you to sacrifice. To be a polar bear is to bear the burden of motherhood. Your love, a sacrifice that tests your endurance in a fading wilderness, a mother's heart breaking with every lost step. Chapter 7. Cold that betrays. The Arctic cold, once your ally against intruders, now falters with warming trends, leaving you exposed to rain that soaks your fur and mud that clings to your paws. Hypothermia threatens weakened cubs, their small bodies shivering uncontrollably, and ice collapses underfoot with sudden jolts, sending you into frigid waters unprepared. Your thick fur, a marvel of evolution, can't adapt fast enough to these erratic shifts, your breath visible in the damp air. The cold that once fortified you now undermines your every move. To be a polar bear is to face a cold that betrays, a shift that turns your strength into vulnerability on a changing landscape, a ruler undone by the very element that defined you. Chapter 8. Disease in the drift. Parasites and bacteria thrive in warmer waters, infecting your skin with sores and your organs with unseen rot, a silent plague carried by the changing tides. Pollution amplifies these threats, oil and chemicals seeping into your system, while malnutrition lowers your defenses, leaving you prey to infections that fester unchecked. With no cure in the wild and veterinary aid a distant dream, your health fades, your once majestic form reduced to a gaunt shadow. Studies link these ailments to human activity, a bitter irony. To be a polar bear is to suffer disease. In the drift, your regal presence eroded by a tainted environment you can't escape, a victim of a world you didn't create. Chapter 9. Solitude on the ice. You roam alone, your solitary nature a strength that lets you hunt with focus, but also a curse that leaves you without aid in times of need. No pack supports you. If injured by a fall or lost in a blizzard, you perish unseen, your white form blending into the snow until you're gone. The vast ice is your kingdom, yet it isolates you, the silence broken only by your own breath or the crack of fracturing ice. Your solitude is a heavy cloak, weighing on your spirit. To be a polar bear is to endure solitude on the ice, a king without a court in a world that grows emptier with each melting season, a lone sentinel of a vanishing realm. Chapter 1:0a Mirror to our fragility. The polar bear reflects our own vulnerabilities in ways that cut to the core. We rule our domains with pride, yet see them crumble under neglect and greed. We hunger for stability, finding scarcity in a world we overexploit. We sacrifice for family, at great personal cost that leaves us drained. We stand alone against forces climate change, corporate apathy we can't control. The polar bear's melting home and endless struggle echo our fight to adapt to a shifting reality, to endure the weight of our choices, to protect what we love, a stark mirror to our shared fragility in a warming world that demands we act before it's too late. Ending, melting home, endless struggle. What does it mean to be a polar bear? It means hatching into a fragile dawn, wading through a melting home where ice cracks and hope fades with each heavy step, your cubs at risk with every shift. It means hunting a hunger that grips your soul, facing rivals on a shrinking stage, and mothering with a heart that bears the weight of loss, your strength sapped by the effort. It means enduring a cold that betrays your trust, diseased in solitude, your white fur a ghost against a world that melts away under human hands. You're a king of the ice, your struggle endless, your reign ending in a watery grave, a silent plea for a planet to heal. A majestic cry lost in the wind of a changing Arctic. If this story stirred your soul, hit like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more Worst to be Born, as stories that awaken us to nature's cries and urge us toward change.